Alright? So, yesterday we talked about how to look at a graph and find the output value. If I give you the input. These are your input values, and you look over here and found the point that corresponds. Does everybody remember that? Okay. Good morning, Miss Miles. What is my definition of domain? Very good. My range? Y-intercept is the point at which it does what? Cross or intersects the y-axis. Good. The x-intercept? Very good. And 0 is just another name for what? And what's another name? Very good. Alright, so we did these two yesterday, 3 and 4. And we're going to pick up and do 5, 6, 7, 8, and then call it a day, okay? Now you see your assignment is page 15 and 16. I want you to look at page 15 and 16 right now. It's not a lot. It's only 8 graphs, okay? The graphs are just big, okay? So that's basically 15 and 18. So you're just doing this, like, tell me domain and range and stuff, okay? So you can get that done probably before you leave school, okay? But we probably have time to work on some in a minute. Alright, so let's, first of all, when you look at this picture, guys, you look at number 5, I want you to pay attention to the end behavior. And when I say the word end behavior, I'm talking about, do they have arrows on the end of it, or does it have dots, okay? So if you look at this, you see an arrow. That means that graph keeps what? Going. But right here, there's a dot. Does it go before that dot? No, so you have to pay attention to those kind of things, okay? So if we're looking at the domain of number 5, you start from the left. You start from the left and you start swooping the graph. Okay? I start right here. Where does that correspond to on the x-axis right there? -5. You see that? It is a closed dot, so it would be bracket, -5, and I keep swooping the graph. I keep hitting that x-axis. But that keeps going on and on and on. So what would that be? Positive infinity. Now my range started from the bottom and did what, Jackson? Yes. So you work here, swooping the graph. I'm just right here. And this point is where my pen finally hits it. Where does that correspond on the y-axis to? What number? -4. Is it open or closed? What if there's not a dot there and just a solid line? You still consider that closed because that includes it. So that's going to be a bracket, -4. And it appears it goes just up there, but what did I tell you about that arrow? It does what? So it's going to be -4 to what? Infinity. What's my y-intercept on that? What is it? 0. It crosses at the origin. Like I said, stuff on your test and homework going to be better quality. I've used this note taker now for 4 years, and they kind of get rougher. That first year I had to draw a lot. Can you tell? I had to draw a lot. All right. So y-intercept crosses at 0. Let's list our zeros. Where does it touch the x-axis at? -4. What's another one? -1, then 0, and then that's a little after 2. Let's just estimate. 2 point what? What y'all want to say? 2.1. How about that? Alright, what's another one? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's in between 4 and 5, isn't it? I'm going to say 4.5 and then 6. You will clearly see yours in your assignments, okay? The main thing, I know you can tell me the y-intercept 0. The main thing is doing domain and range from a graph. That's my big thing right now. Is you look at a graph and tell me domain and range.
Was the y-intercept 1?
The y-intercept is 0 because it crosses the y-axis only at that one point at the origin. So it's 0. I know it kind of looks like it's close to that 1. It's 0 though. Alright. Number 6. Let's just look at the general end behavior. What do you notice here, guys? They keep going on and 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 on. Okay. So if I start from the left and I was to sling my marker up, is it going to eventually hit something on that graph? If I kept drawing that arrow up and I slung my pen up, is it going to hit somewhere? Does that make sense because you have those arrows, Jackson? Do you understand that?
I thought you know when you died.
Oh, no, okay. But do you see what I'm saying here, guys? Boom, I'll keep hitting the graph. Keep hitting the graph. So what's your domain? All real numbers. All real numbers. Guys, we're just going to label domain range. Do you know how to pick y-intercept and zeros out? When we get to better pictures, then we do the y-intercept and zeros. Okay, let's just do domain and range at the moment. Now, range. Started from the bottom and worked my way up. I'm not hitting the function yet. Where did I hit this function at first? -3. Is there any signs of open dots? No, so it's going to be -3 bracket. And what happens? It's going to go on forever and ever, don't it? So it's going to be -3 to infinity. All right. Let's talk about number 7. 7 looks a little tricky. We look at our end behavior. Only got one error, don't I? Because that means it goes on and on and on and on and on. All right. We start from the left, swift in the graph. I don't even know what swift means. I'm just using it. It just sounds funny. Okay. So I'm swift in the graph. All right. Somebody said one time tickling the graph. I said I'm not saying tickling the graph. So we're not going to say tickle the graph. Okay. All right. So right there, it starts at what? Now, if you want to say tickling the graph, that's your own problems right there. Okay. Now, what is the x coordinate that corresponds to that? -5. Jason, can you see where I'm all up in your way? Can you see? Okay. So I'm going to start there. Is it an open or closed dot? Closed, so it's going to be -5. Now you said, bless you. You said, okay, Mr. Cheshire, I get here and I see that open dot. That makes me worry a little bit. But, okay, that is open. That's undefined. But don't they have a closed one up there to cancel it out? So you don't have to stop, okay? Now, if there wasn't, then you have to stop and do some interval notation breaks, okay? But that cancels out. And we're going to see that later on in the problem. So don't stress yet quite about that. All right. Like our next one. You're going to see a prime example. All right, so that cancels that out. Keep going. That arrow tells me it's going to go on forever, isn't it? So that's B to infinity is my domain. That's a piecewise equation. We're going to look at those later on. That's a piecewise. Okay, range. Started from the bottom, did what, Jackson? No, you got to get more energy in it. Started from the bottom, what?
Now we're at the top. We're at the top, man.
Okay, so here we go. Start from the bottom. Okay, we go all the way up. We hit that graph at what? Y equals what? -2. But what do you notice about the dot? So would it be parentheses or bracket? Parentheses. Now, I go from there. Do I have a y value? Yes. I'm hitting something each time on it, and it keeps going. So it's -2 to what? Infinity. Yes, buddy. All right, now let's look at here. What's this end behavior? That's a go on, and that's a point, isn't it? Okay, so I started from the left. It's going to what? -infinity. I come along, and something draws my attention. At -6, do you see there's an open there? You cannot just jump over that, because -6 is not in my domain, is it? So you're going to do negative infinity to negative 6, parentheses, union, negative 6, and it goes on to what value over here? 5. That in bracket around 5 because it's a closed dot. So go back through this. It goes on and on. Now, if there would have been a dot there and here canceled out, you wouldn't have to stop, okay? But there's not something, that means it's undefined. The function's undefined. It does not exist at x equals negative 6. So you have to take that into account. That's not your domain. Then I get back on the train. Stop here. 5 is a closed. It's not an arrow. It's a dot. So it's not going on to infinity. It's become a 5 bracket. Does that make sense? Okay, let's take a break from those. I want you to turn to page 15 and do numbers 1 and 2 in the server. Wait, that's we don't. Oh, range. Go back. Go back to range. Very good. Thank you, Jess. Keeping me straight here. Range. Start from the bottom. That arrow means it keeps going, don't it? So my range would be from negative infinity. Now, my question to you is this. Do I have to stop here if it's a solid line over here? No, because the range is defined over here, it's just not there. So it cancels each other out. Does that make sense? And I go, are you looking for land? You looking for land? Okay. Okay, now, I'm going up to what number right here? 6. And then I put a bracket. That's my range. I want you to do 1 and 2, and that's just evaluating and looking at the graph. The first one kind of cut off, that's f of negative 5. When you're done with 1 and 2, please look up. Let's see, my handwriting's bad. I'm sorry. Let's see. That's f of. Madison just asked what was this. We're going to say that's f of 8. F of 8. On number 2. Bless you. Is it? Yes, sir.
Are we going to get into like incline, decline, and offset with the graph?
Yes, we are. Increase and decreasing. Yeah, that's next week. All right. Everybody have a chance to do 1 and 2? Okay, just don't go on to the other ones quite yet, okay? Just do 1 and 2. If you're real anxious, you can do 3 and 4. But don't go to the back yet. F of negative 5 would be defined for what's the y value, the output value? 7. Very good. F of negative 3, class? 5. F of 2. F of 6. Very good. Don't you love those? I love looking at a graph. I'm going to tell you, when I was in high school, in college, my teacher didn't put as much emphasis on the graph, so I could never make the stuff connect. But do you see how we're trying to bring it all together? Algebraically and graphically. Okay. Now, over here, F of negative 6. What would that be? Negative 3. F of 2, would you choose 1 or would you choose negative 3? Because it's a closed dot. Oh, because that's a closed dot there, correct. And then F of 8 is what? 7, okay. Okay, I want you to do 3 and 4. You're doing the domain, the range, the y-intercepts, and the zeros. And once you do those two, after everybody in your group's done those two, I want you to just compare answers, okay? To make sure you both on the same page. Okay? And then all you're going to have for homework is the 4 on the back. I'm giving yourself permission to talk, and I'm going to be your partner always. I'm giving yourself permission to follow this group. I want you to learn to. One of your teammates in your group might can explain it better to you than I did, so go for it.
Do you want us to just do the dancing ring?
Oh, I want you to do y-intercepts and zeros since these are better graphs. Okay, thank you. Now, I didn't say put things up. I don't think that those directions came out of my mouth.
What are you up for zeros? Just none?
We're going to go over 3 and 4 before I leave. No, we're not. Make sure you have that done on Monday, okay? We're going to continue that, and then we're going to talk a little bit about symmetry and more analyzing the graphs. Your next test is next Thursday. We're not doing it on a Friday. That would be a disaster waiting to happen. Have a great weekend. You're going to let's have big plans this weekend?
She actually has cheer all weekend, so I'm by myself.
Have a good one, Liz, okay? Have a good one. Bye, y'all. This is week 2 down. Well, week 3 down. Hey, hon. Can you play volleyball? Okay, try. I'm trying to learn. Okay.
Hey, the reason why I need 3 Band-Aids is because I'm going to be doing lots of things today, and yesterday, I was having some issues and I didn't have enough Band-Aids, so, and the kind that you had is better than the cost kind.
I made one for Jordan, and when I went to Coach Button through my when I came back, I didn't have it.
Where you going? Be warrior strong, Jack.
Jesse, come on.
What was your short answer?
I think they all had the same short answer.
Oh wait, the tests are different?
They get you through about 3 weeks. You need to have another shirt about. It's been a great Friday. You watch a video last night? Good. How you doing? Are you junior?
My mom said that, but I mean, I got it from you, that's why I asked.
But that's all right. Good. Have a great weekend. You too. We'll review the homework for you.
Oh, like a light.
Hey, when we went out really originally, we noticed in our thing, jumping in the crowd, we got better next week. I didn't ask you, Sarah. I was looking at them.
All right, we got a busy day. I got 41 minutes to teach you and quiz you, so get ready. All right, here we go.